Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kan Ji Yuan, Jalong Bebas or independent candidate holding the pen, symbol pen. And I'm the independent candidate, of course, for the BRK 132 Port Dickson. Yeah? Okay, a lot of people have been asking me what do I have in my mind in the future for PD, Port Dickson, the future of Port Dickson. Now, to talk about Port Dickson, I think everybody knows what is Port Dickson, and when we mention Port Dickson, immediately what comes to mind is tourism. Yeah. So of course, tourism is the anchor thing for this place. But I would like to think about something else beyond tourism. Yeah. The reason is because the world is moving so fast. Things has been moving. For example, the fourth industrial revolution. You know what is happening at the national level. So is tourism the only thing for Port Dickson? Yeah. Now, of course, if you want to talk about Port Dickson, we talk about the economy of the whole place in Port Dickson. Because when we want to talk about economy, then yes, you can talk about tourism, solar power, industry, and so on and so forth. But the question is, at the end of the day, what do you want in terms of economy for Port Dickson? So at the end of the day, everybody was talking about having more business, more activities, more economic activities, fine. Then the question next is, if you want to have economic vibrance, kerancakan economy, yeah, so what do you need? You actually need one thing called population. There is no population as far as I am concerned. I mean, looking from the very neutral point of view as a consultant, I'm looking at PD with a serious lacking of population. You don't have the population here. If you don't have the population and you don't have the head count, you don't have spending power. You don't have people to spend. So when you don't have people to spend, you can forget about economy. Alright, so population is a key thing. But of course, we cannot say that, oh, you need population, then we start to have, breed more and have more kids. You can't do that overnight. So what do you need to do? For immediate solution, you need to bring in people. So when you want to bring in people to enhance your population count, then we are going to talk about immigration policy. Now, what I'm trying to reach at is, we are not just going to talk about PD, because we are going to talk about the federal level. What we are doing at federal level that will affect PD's future. For example, the immigration policy. Yeah, when we talk about immigration policy, it also relates to the country's aspiration. You know, the what you call the country's future. Do we have a plan for the country? Now, those days we have Wawasan 2020, Vision 2020. Today, what vision do we have? So, personally, I can't see if there's any vision for the country to move forward. And all other ministries, yes, we have very good government now. People who are the ministries, the officers of state, officers of the ministries, they are very capable, qualified, competent, very good. But I look at it as there is something still missing, which is professionalism. Alright? The element of professionalism is not there. So you can see very well, each of the ministry are actually working in silo without a vision in front. So what are we talking about a vision in front? I give you an example. If you're going to talk about 2020, for example, we're going to talk about knowledge economy. But our policy are still very labor economy based. So we have nowhere to head. Where are we heading? So that becomes a question. Yeah. Now all this policy, although I'm talking at national level, this has direct impact on PD. Why? Because the immigration policy will lead to what kind of people we are trying to attract into Malaysia, particularly into PD. Yeah. So the type of population is very important. Are we going to attract more labor economy people or knowledge economy? Yeah, knowledge economy based people. Yeah. So this is one example which I'm trying to give, that PD cannot survive by itself at micro level, but whatever happened in the national level is also important. Now back to just now the population that we are going to talk about. Yeah. The immediate question is, how can we have population who can spend and increase economic activities in PD? So immediately I can say that yes, fine, we can talk about tourism, but we have to do something special, because every state in Malaysia or even every country, they are talking about tourism. Alright, but what is so unique about PD then? Yeah. Now, sad to say, when I come to PD, yes, we have this what you call a mindset to think and associate PD to beaches. But the question is that only it? Is that only the beaches? You know. And later on, I discover there are so many other attractions in PD which are not widely publicized, not promoted. Even things like, for example, penyu. I like to give the example of penyu, the turtles. Yeah. When we talk about turtles, penyu, immediately come to mind Rantau Abang, Terengganu. Nobody thought about PD. So the promotion, the publicity is very lacking to me in PD. So therefore, so many things, and another example, another thing that I observe when I go through and recce the different places, different dun, example in Bagan Pinang, alright? People doing business there in Bagan Pinang, and those traders in Lukut, or even in Dataran Segar, different places, all are working in a very silo manner. Berkelompok, dia tak berintegrasi, it's not integrated. So therefore, I would suggest that the next thing that we need to do is not just a simple tourism. You need something called inno-tourism. Now, inno-tourism in the world, the first in the world that we talk about inno-tourism, that means something new. Just to make, let the, what you call the PD people understand what inno-tourism is about, take Penang for example. You know, Penang is the best example under the new government for the past 10 years. Alright, you can see a total difference. So that is what we are talking about, the new way of tourism. But we are not going to compete with Penang, because whatever Penang do, we can do, you know, the basic things, but we cannot compete with Penang. And therefore, each state should have their own unique branding. Alright, so inno-tourism as a big concept, macro concept for PD, so that we have a more integrated industry under the tourism supply chain. And of course, one thing which I mentioned to you just now about population, in business is very simple. You need customer retention. Alright, in business it's very simple. You need customer retention. If tourist comes into PD, morning they come in, night they leave PD, they are not going to spend much time spending here. No time spent here, not much money spent here. So we need to retain them. So one way I can look at it is a simple arithmetic or mathematical calculation. Now everybody has been telling me weekend, Saturday, Sunday is very full. Fine, very good, congratulations. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days in a week, multiplied by 4 weeks, you have 20 days. 20 over 30 days is 70%. So I would say Port Dickson is 70% underperformance. That is the gap. So we should be looking at the thing, what are initiatives to bring people in and cover this 70%. Alright? One good example I can think of is, immediately is edu-tourism. If Penang can do health tourism, I believe Port Dickson should do edu-tourism. So people will be asking me, edu-tourism means what? Are we going to do more degrees or diplomas or whatever here? Not necessary. You can have edu-tourism which are thematic. Alright, for example, you can draw what you call visitors from Korea, from Taiwan, from US, from Australia, from different countries, especially during their winter season. During their winter season, they have nowhere to go, they come to Malaysia. So when they come to Malaysia, we can have packages, edu-tourism packages like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. Then you can have more people over the whole month, even 2 to 3 months covered. Yeah. Now this concept has been used very well by Genting. If you notice, you see, Genting are the operators of a world-class tourist or entertainment center on top of the hill. But they're not going to stand on top of the hill and ask and wait for people to come up the hill. Same goes to Port Dickson. We cannot be sitting in Port Dickson and wait for tourists to come and telling other people that, oh, we have very nice beaches here, and waiting for people to come. We must have activity to bring people to come. Like what Genting did was very well. They have collaboration with more than 100 agents, partners in other countries, bring people in 365 days in a year. So this is what we should be doing. Yeah. And what I can say is, nobody can do this unless and until they have background in doing this before. Because other people, if they are just very much politically minded, very busy with politics, and outsource, get other people to make things happen, and not themselves, I think it will take a long time and it will be delayed. So things like that is what I do best. Yeah. In terms of, in my area of consultancy, we help companies to look at things and do it. Yeah. So we have hands-on capability. I think that is more important. So this is what I propose for Port Dickson. Inno-tourism anchoring on edu-tourism. And understanding what I've mentioned earlier, we need population. We need population fast. Yeah. So this is what I have basically for PD. Yeah. Is there any question from the press?
Besides the edu-tourism, what are some of the initiatives that you think, the simplest initiative that maybe in the short term is about edu-tourism is quite a long-term plan.
Yeah.
So for the short-term plan, what are your plans?
Okay, inno-tourism of course is an agenda. towards that agenda. The immediate short-term plan, for example, if in all wildest dream, if I'm elected for PD, the immediate thing that I need to do is to enhance the business capability of PD people. So when I talk about business capability, I'm talking about sales skills, business acumen, the skills in doing business, which I think is very much lacking. Because why? In my observation, semasa saya walk about on all the places, I can see that business skill is very lacking. For example, at Pasar Tani, you can see that they sell a lot of keropok and all those things. But on the packaging, the basic thing like a sticker on for their contact number is not available. So these are the small little things that people are not ready to do it, or either they don't have the knowledge or they don't have the skills to do it. So the first thing I will do is enhance the business skill of all these people. How? Probably by training, by focus group, In fact, I was thinking just now, because I went shop to shop, yeah, and each shop that I go, I can see a lot of things they can they can do better. So probably the first thing I will also do is to go shop by shop, do a quick round. Sometimes we call it a mystery shopper or petrol check, whatever you call it. We identify straight there and then what they can do. So I believe this is the most basic thing. The traders must be ready to do business first before we talk about economic plan. Alright, so this is the first thing. And like I said, things like marketing concepts, cross-branding, because the way I look at it is all these traders are selling their own things, And in business, we always say that don't sell what you sell what the market wants. But the problem is what I see. They sell what they do best. They sell what they cook well. But they are not selling what the market wants. So these are the basic skills that I believe I need to do that first. Yeah. Now for tourism, me as a consultant and also with business contact, because I'm involved in many other Chamber of Commerce, technological associations, so to speak. So I can always ask whichever partners in other countries to bring people in. But of course, this is not my promise now because it's very sensitive to promise anything now. But I can tell you anytime I can bring people in. That is no problem, because why? This is what we have been doing anyway. Yeah. So we can bring people in, bring batches, work with collaboration. We can have twin city, for example. Yeah. For example, when I go to PD, I see the topography, or rather the layout, the map. I can feel that I'm in one of the place before, one of the major touristic place before, somewhere in Taiwan. So why not we emulate it? So that we can do a twin city, for example. So we can easily bring in capabilities, bring in crowd. That is not an issue at all. But if we let other people to do it, the politicians who to do it, then I think it's difficult. Why? Because it's not them who are doing it themselves. They are going to use and call other people to do it who has no capability, no knowledge, no skills about all these things. Yeah. So that is the immediate thing that I would do for PD immediately.
So you are a consultant.
Yeah.
So you think that's one of the qualities that other candidates don't have that you possess?
Okay, I wouldn't say that they don't have, but I would say that this is my advantage. So my advantage will be as a consultant. I mean, I look at PD as another client anyway. A lot of people say we outsiders don't understand what PD wants, but in fact, we outsiders knows better what a person or a corporate wants. Because we are from outside, we are more neutral, we can pinpoint things, problem faster, more effectively. Just like a doctor who cannot cure himself. Yeah. Okay? And of course, for PD, like I mentioned, for PD that is an immediate thing. But on the bigger, larger picture, in my agenda of offering myself in this by-election is to carve out Malaysia's new history in political scene, which is the third force. All right, I believe the third force is very important, and we need professionals to be in this third force to ensure things are proceeding well in terms of in a professional way. So that is why advancement and professionalism is my key thing in this PRK or by-election. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.